In the spotlight tonight is Dr. Tom Farley from Southport, a retired general practitioner. His specialist subject is the Franco-Prussian War. Chris Gonet from Bristol, a computer programmer, whose subject is the plays of Noel Coward. Paul Thompson from Hull is a student. His specialist subject, the World Snooker Championships from 1977. And Mary Frankland from Knaresborough, a local government officer, and her specialist subject, JRR Tolkein. Hello, I'm John Humphreys and welcome to Mastermind. I'm sure you know the rules by now. They're not exactly complicated. We have two sets of questions, both lasting for 2 minutes each. The first on the specialist subject, the second on general knowledge. And all we want to do is find out how much our contenders know and whether they can remember it under the pressure of the clock. One of them will go through to the next round with the chance of competing in the final and becoming Mastermind. So, let's have our first contender, please. And your name is?
Dr. Tom Farley.
Your occupation?
Retired general practitioner.
And your chosen subject?
The Franco-Prussian War, 1870-1871.
The Franco-Prussian War in 2 minutes, starting now. Who was the Spanish minister who informed the French ambassador of the Hohenzollern candidature?
Marshal Juin Prim.
Yes. In which battle did the ironworks of Stirling-Wendel play an important role?
Pass.
In which palace near Cassel was Napoleon III held as a prisoner of war after his surrender at Sedan?
Hohenlohe.
No, Wilhelmshöhe. Which European Republican leader gave France military support at Dijon and elsewhere in the last stages of the war?
Pass.
Which ageing general of the German First Army was replaced after his insubordination at Gravelotte?
Steinmetz.
Correct. Which fortress under Colonel d'Enfer-Rochereau held out against the Prussians for over 100 days, a feat that was later commemorated by a huge statue of a lion?
Belfort.
Correct. Name the peninsula in a loop of the Meuse, north and west of Sedan, where many French were imprisoned in the so-called Camp de la Misère.
Pass.
Which former son-in-law of Liszt provoked controversy by accepting responsibility for war with a light heart?
Pass.
Which Foreign Office official was with King Wilhelm at Ems and sent the original telegram to Bismarck?
Baron von Werther.
No, Heinrich Harbuchun. Who commanded the so-called death ride of the German cavalry brigade near Vionville?
Von Bredow.
Yes. At which estate was Bismarck staying when news broke of France's outrage to the Hohenzollern candidature?
Varzin.
Correct. To which domestic item did General de Croo compare the French situation before the battle at Sedan?
Pass.
Where did Moltke and King Wilhelm have their headquarters during the siege of Paris?
Versailles.
Yes. What is the name of the French general who attempted suicide after failing to relieve the siege of Belfort in January 1871?
Bourbaki.
Correct. Which American general who'd been defeated at Fredericksburg during the Civil War acted as an intermediary between Bismarck and Favre?
Burnside.
Yes. Who was the French ambassador whose meeting with King... I've started, so I shall finish. Whose meeting with King Wilhelm was misreported in the Ems telegram?
Sorry, could I have that again?
No, I'm afraid I can't give it to you again since we've run out of time.
Pass then.
I'm afraid I'll have to tell you, it was Benedetti, Count Vincente Benedetti. The answer to the question about General de Croo was he compared the French situation before the battle as a chamber pot. And your other passes, the former son-in-law of Liszt was Émile Olivier. Ile d'Ige was the peninsula in the loop of the Meuse. Garibaldi was the European Republican leader I was looking for. And the battle I referred to in which Wendell played an important role was Spicheren. So you had 6 passes in total, Tom Farley. You have 8 points.
Thank you.
And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Chris Gonet.
Your occupation?
Computer programmer.
And your chosen subject?
The plays of Noel Coward.
Plays of Noel Coward in 2 minutes, starting now. Which of Noel Coward's one-act plays was adapted to make the film Brief Encounter, directed by David Lean?
Still Life.
Yes, in Easy Virtue, Larita hurls a book at a statuette of whom, declaring, "I've always hated that damned thing."
Napoleon.
Venus de Milo. Where is the country home of the Bliss family, the hall of which is the setting for Hay Fever?
Cookham.
Yes, in Designed for Living, what's the name of the daily help who surprises Gilda when she tells her she's been married twice already?
Mrs. Hodges.
Miss Hodge, yes. In Private Lives, what does Amanda declare to Victor to be a very overrated amusement?
A honeymoon.
Yes. According to its subtitle, the play Blithe Spirit is described as what sort of farce in 3 acts?
Mystical farce.
Improbable. Noel Coward found fame as both an actor and dramatist, playing the role of the drug addict Nicky Lancaster in which play?
The Vortex.
Yes, in Conversation Piece, with whom does Martha sing the duet "There's Always Something Fishy About the French"?
Mrs. Dragon.
Sophie.
Sophie.
In Cavalcade, in which London location does a scene take place during which not a word is spoken and with everyone dressed in black?
I think it's the Mall.
No, it's Kensington Gardens. In which of his one-act plays set in the Palace of Varieties did Coward play opposite Gertrude Lawrence as a husband and wife vaudeville team?
The Red Hot Peppers.
Yes, Red Peppers.
Red
In
Peppers.
Present Laughter, what is the full name of the character who exclaims to Daphne, "I belong to the public and my work"?
Gary Essendine.
Yes, who starred as Julia Sterol in the original production of Fallen Angels, which opened in 1925?
Mary Tempest.
Tallulah Bankhead. In Private Lives, whose name is shortened to Solox and used by Amanda and Elliot as a catchphrase to halt their bickering by cutting off all conversation for at least 2 minutes?
Solomon Isaacs.
Solomon Isaacs is correct. Chris Connor, you had no passes. You have 8 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Paul Thompson,
Your occupation?
student,
And your chosen subject?
the Embassy World Snooker Championship from 1977.
Snooker in 2 minutes, starting now. After the problems of the 1976 championships, who was chosen to promote the following year's competition at the Crucible in Sheffield?
Mike Watterson,
Yes, in 2004, which player appeared at the World Championships for the 21st consecutive year?
John Parrott,
Yes, in 1997, who became the first player to defeat Stephen Hendry at the Crucible since Steve James in 91?
Willie Thorne,
Ken Doherty. What is the highest number of frames contested in a world final at the Crucible?
35.
46. Which player made his second appearance at the championships in 2004, 13 years after his first visit when he lost to Terry Griffiths?
Barry Pinches,
Correct. In 1985, Dean O'Kane became the first player to represent which country at the Crucible?
New Zealand,
Correct. Since 1980, Steve Davis, Jimmy White and which other player have won 17 frames in a World Championship final, yet still lost the match?
Jimmy White,
Stephen Hendry. Only 2 players have defeated Steve Davis on more than one occasion at the Crucible. Dennis Taylor was the first. Who was the second?
Stephen Hendry,
Peter Ebdon. Which player appeared at the Crucible 8 times between 77 and 88 but never won a match?
Rex Williams,
Yes, in 1987, which country provided all 4 players who reached the semi-finals?
Wales,
England. In 1990, how did Steve James create Crucible history in the 11th frame of his first round match against Alex Higgins?
he potted 16 reds,
He did. How many frames did future world champion John Parrott win in his first appearance in a world final when he lost to Steve Davis?
3.
Correct. In 1980, Cliff Thorburn and Doug Mountjoy spent 21 minutes duelling over which colour during the 18th frame of their match?
Pink,
No, it was brown. In 2003, how many consecutive frames did Mark Williams win during his second round victory over Quinton Han?
13.
Correct. Which left-hander, started to finish, reached the quarter-final on his Crucible debut in 1980, having beaten John Pullman and Dennis Taylor?
Jimmy White, no.
Jim Which. Very nearly right. It was just one syllable wrong. Paul Thompson, no passes. You have 8 points. And our final contender, please. And your name is?
Mary Frankland.
Your occupation?
I'm the local government officer.
And your chosen subject?
The life and novels of JRR Tolkein.
In 2 minutes, JRR Tolkien, starting now. Whom did Tolkien marry in March 1916, 8 years after meeting her in his lodgings?
Edith Bratt.
Correct. In The Lord of the Rings, what does Frodo confess to have stolen from Farmer Maggot when he was a boy?
Mushrooms.
Yes. In The Hobbit, what is the maiden name of Bilbo Baggins' mother?
Took.
Yes. On which ship did Tolkien sail for England in April 1895, along with his mother and a brother?
Pass.
In The Lord of the Rings, who does Dernan, who slays the captain of the Nazgûl outside Condor, turn out to be?
Eowyn.
Correct. Which character did Tolkien associate with his wife to the extent that its name is included on her tombstone?
Luthien.
Yes. In The Hobbit, with which question does Bilbo Baggins finally defeat Gollum in the riddle competition when they meet for the first time?
What have I got in my pocket?
Correct. On which letter of the alphabet did Tolkien specifically work during his time as an assistant lexicographer at the Oxford English Dictionary?
W.
Correct. Which American university bought the manuscripts of Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit and Farmer Giles of Ham for £1,500 in 1957?
Pass.
In The Lord of the Rings, Goldberry says she is the daughter of what when she introduces herself to Frodo?
The river.
Correct. To which college did Tolkien receive an open classical exhibition to study in 1911?
Pembroke.
Exeter. In The Lord of the Rings, what's the full name of the gardener who overhears Gandalf tell Frodo the story of the ring?
Sam Gamgee.
Yes. Which informal reading club did Tolkien start in Oxford, its principal activity being to read the Icelandic sagas?
The Coal-Biters.
Correct. What name does Bilbo give the sword he discovered in the Troll's Cave after he kills the great spider in the forest in The Hobbit?
Sting.
Correct. In The Lord of the Rings, what grows in the party field from the seed like a small nut given to Sam by Galadriel?
The Malone Tree.
Correct. In which magazine was a poem about Tom Bombadil meeting with Goldberry published in 1934?
Pass.
Which great... I've just started, so I'll finish. Which great white jewel, which Thorin says is worth more than a river of gold, does Bilbo seize from the dwarves and give to the Elven King?
The Arkenstone.
Correct. You had 3 passes there. It was the Oxford magazine that poem was published in. Marquette was the American university that bought all of those manuscripts, £1,500, worth a bit more today. And SS Guelph was the ship on which Tolkien sailed for England in 1895. 3 passes. Mary Frankland, you have 13 points.
Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of our first round, and let's have a look at the scores. Dr. Farley, Chris Gonet and Paul Thompson all have 8 points. In the lead, though, with 13 points, Mary Frankland. So on to round 2 now, the general knowledge round. If there is a tie at the end of this round, then the number of passes will be taken into account and the contender with the fewest passes will be declared the winner. Let's get on with it, and let me ask Dr. Farley to join us again, if he would, please. Now, a short war, the Franco-Prussian War, only a year or so, but a very important one.
Yes, indeed. It changed the balance of power in Europe and, of course, led... one of the main things that led to the First World War.
And that was because the balance of power changed. Prussia became a very powerful force.
Prussia became Germany. Germany, having realised what great things they could do with a great land army, then started to challenge Britain with sea power, and the combination was pretty combustible.
The history of Europe would have been very different without that war.
If, who knows?
Right, well, you have 8 points with your knowledge of the Franco-Prussian War. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. 2 minutes, starting now. The chemical element whose symbol is ES is named after which scientist?
ES.
S. ES.
Pass.
Which month of 1929 saw the start of the Wall Street crash?
October.
Correct. Which literary characters met at the Tabard Inn in Southwark before their journey?
Canterbury Tales Travellers.
Yes, the Pilgrims. Who first entered the UK pop charts in January 71 with Your Song?
Pass.
In 1893, the gold rush in which country was triggered when Paddy Hannon stumbled on a gold nugget near Kalgoorlie?
Australia.
Yes, sometimes known as body colour, which French term is used for opaque watercolour in which the pigments are bound with a glue-like substance?
Pass.
Which martial art was introduced as an Olympic sport in the Tokyo Games of 1964?
Judo.
Yes. Which herb, whose botanical name is Anthemis nobilis, is used to make a tea that is a tonic and an antiseptic?
Fennel.
Chamomile. In which building was the Stone of Scone ceremonially installed on St Andrew's Day 1996 on its return to Scotland?
Edinburgh Castle.
Yes, in Native American tradition, lightning is said to flash from the eyes or beak of which great eagle-like creature?
Pass.
In Britain, which fine cut of beef used for the Sunday roast is found between the rump and the forerib?
Pass.
Where on the human body would a traditional Japanese gaiter be worn?
On the head.
The foot. Whose painting Lorenzo and Isabella is generally considered to be his first pre-Raphaelite work?
Rossetti.
Millet. Which present-day country was reorganised as the Helvetic Republic when it was occupied by France?
Switzerland.
Yes, in 1798. The Sweet Adelines are a female organisation founded in the USA in 1945 and devoted to what singing style?
Barbershop singing.
Yes, from the French for cutters, what name? So I shall finish. What name is used for a small pair of pruning shears?
Secateurs.
Secateurs is right. You had 5 passes there. Sirloin is that cut of beef. The thunderbird is the eagle-like creature from whose eyes lightning flashes. Gouache is sometimes known as body colour. And Sir Elton John first entered the pop charts in 71 with Your Song. And the chemical symbol I was after was named after Albert Einstein. Dr. Farley, 5 passes. You have 16 points. And now, Chris Gonet, please. Noel Coward got you 8 points, and he is an interesting character. Came across, obviously, as frightfully posh and upper class, but actually wasn't.
Well, he was from a relatively poor family in Teddington. I can't remember exactly what his father did, but I know it wasn't anything very posh.
So what was it? How did he come to adopt that frightfully posh manner of speaking?
I think it's a general thing in the theatre that people are always acting and pretending to be what they're not, and he just modernised it a bit, you know, cigarette holders and smoking jackets and stuff like that.
Do you think he was a really good playwright?
I think so, yes. I think they're very well constructed, his plays. The dialogue is very witty. Some are really quite heavy. Some of them are extremely ephemeral and very light, but they're always very clever.
You have 8 points, Chris Gonet. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. Starting now, 2 minutes. Which classic film ends with the line, "Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship"?
Casablanca.
Yes, in Greek mythology, which flute player was flayed alive after challenging Apollo to a contest of skill?
Marsyas.
Yes. Whose historic sea journey was completed under the command of Basque navigator Juan Sebastian del Cano after he himself was killed in the Philippines in 1521?
Magellan.
Yes, in the series of books by John Updike, by what nickname is Harry Angstrom known?
Rabbit.
Correct. About which of his patients did the consultant physician Lord Moran publish a book in 1966 subtitled The Struggle for Survival?
The Queen.
No, Churchill.
It's Churchill,
Which
yeah.
old word for a county comes from the Old English for an administrative office?
Shire.
Yes, named after the city in which it was composed and first performed, what is the nickname of Mozart's Symphony No. 36?
Vienna.
Linz. Which football manager who died in September 2004 once said, "I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1.
Brian Clough.
Yes. Which island group forms 2 provinces of Spain, Las Palmas and Santa Cruz de Tenerife?
The Balearics.
Canary Islands.
That's it.
In the Royal Coat of Arms, the shield is supported by a lion representing England and which creature representing Scotland?
Unicorn.
Correct. In the novels by Ruth Rendell, which Detective Chief Inspector is based in the fictional town of Kings Markham?
Wexford.
Yes. Taken from the habitat in which most of them live, what is the common name for the family of frogs with the scientific name Hylidae?
Marsh frogs.
Tree frogs. Which people of Western Europe speak a language which in their own tongue is called Euskara?
Basques.
Yes. Which painter's nickname meaning little barrel was originally given to an older brother and became adopted as the family surname?
Botticelli.
Botticelli is right. You had no passes, Chris Gonet. You have 18 points. And now Paul Thompson, please. Snooker your subject? Are you a snooker man yourself?
Yeah, I do tend to play quite a bit.
But not to...
Not very well, no.
not to World Championship
No,
level.
I'll try, but never had a century break yet.
Are you
Well,
getting in lots of practice? I see you're a student.
That's right, yeah, so...
I mean, I'm not making a direct connection there, but
No, plenty of spare time to practice.
you do. Well, good luck to you with your century.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see how you score in this contest. You've got 8 points. You have your general knowledge round, 2 minutes, starting now. Which England footballer was accused of stealing a bracelet from a jewellery shop in Bogota prior to the 1970 World Cup?
It's gone, pass.
Between 1867 and 1946, Singapore was the capital of which crown colony, consisting of Singapore itself, Penang, Malacca and various small islands?
Moluccas.
Straits Settlements. Which journalist and television cook's second book was called How to Be a Domestic Goddess?
Delia Smith.
Nigella Lawson. In which year did the last manned lunar landing take place?
1972.
Correct. The Greeks won a decisive sea battle over the Persians off which island in the Aegean in 480 BC?
Pass.
The Irish-born architect James Hoban won a competition in 1792 for the design of which official residence?
The White House.
Yes. In 1797, André-Jacques Gannerin used what to give the first public demonstration of a controlled descent to Earth?
Parachute.
Yes. Which English sailor and explorer was buried at sea off Portobello in Panama in January 1596?
Drake.
Yes. Between the two world wars, which country built the Maginot Line as a defence against German attack?
France.
Yes. What name was given to the art exhibition of 1863 held by command of Napoleon III for those artists whose work had been rejected by the jury of the official salon?
Pass.
Which salad vegetable has an oriental variety called daikon in Japan and mooli in India?
Cabbage.
Radish. In Herman Melville's novel, who is the only survivor when Moby Dick sinks the Pequod?
Pass.
The radius is one of the two long bones in the human forearm. Which is the other?
Ulna.
The ulna is right, and you got it just in time. You had 4 passes. Ishmael was the name we were looking for from the Herman Melville novel. Salon des Refuges was the name for that art exhibition in 1863. Salamis was the island in the Aegean, near where the sea battle took place, and it was Bobby Moore who was accused wrongly of stealing a bracelet. You have now, Paul Thompson, 14 points. And finally, Mary Frankland, please. So, great knowledge of and love of Tolkien's work?
Absolutely, yes.
Because?
Well, as a teacher, I think he really puts over his knowledge in his books. His novels were a vehicle for his invented languages, as it were.
So he invented the language and then wrote the novel for the language?
Seemingly, yes.
It's an odd way to do it, isn't it?
From what I've read, he was inspired by Welsh as a small boy when he was living at Sarehole. and he saw these coal wagons from all sorts of exotic places in Wales, and he just liked the look of them and thought, well, wouldn't it be lovely to invent my own language? And lo and behold, that's exactly what he did.
Well, 13 points with Lord of the Rings. Let's see how you get on with your general knowledge. 2 minutes. In which country did 55% of voters opt to keep the Queen as head of state in a 1999 referendum on the monarchy?
Australia.
Yes, Barnacle Bill, updated by Mike Oldfield in '79, is the theme music to which children's television programme?
Captain Pugwash.
Blue Peter. Which artist and critic lived at Brantwood on the shores of Coniston Water from around 1872 until his death in 1900?
Pass.
What title is bestowed on someone who's gone through beatification, the penultimate stage before canonisation?
Venerable.
Blessed. Which English king was the grandson of Henry V's widow, Catherine de Valois?
Could you say it again, please?
Which English king was the grandson of Henry V's widow, Catherine de Valois?
Henry VII.
Yes. What is the first name of the author Ian Rankin's character, Inspector Rebus?
Pass.
Which literary figure appeared on the £20 note which circulated in Britain between July 1970 and March 93?
Charles Dickens.
Shakespeare. What name is given to the ornate carving of shells and whalebone usually performed by sailors?
Scrimshaw work.
Yes. What type of soft furnishings are known in America as drapes?
Curtains.
Yes. In which county are the treacherous Goodwin Sands separated from land by a stretch of water called the Downs?
Kent.
Yes. From the Greek for low relief, what name is given to a type of heavily embossed wallpaper designed to be painted over?
Pass.
In which European city is the DAX stock market based?
Holland.
Frankfurt. Film director Jill Craigie was the wife of which former Labour Party leader?
Pass.
Which future poet laureate sonnet London 1802 opens Milton, thou shouldst be living at this hour?
Keats.
Wordsworth. Which woman opened Britain's first birth control clinic called the Mother's Clinic at 61 Marlborough Road, Holloway in London in 1921?
Mary Stopes.
Yes. What was the name of the Russian space station which was launched, I'll finish the question, in 1986, finally closed down in 1999?
Soyuz.
No, Mir. You had 4 passes there. Mary Frankland, Michael Foote and Jill Craigie were married. Anna Glipta's the name of that wallpaper you paint over. It was John Rebus in the Ian Rankin novels, and John Ruskin was the artist who lived at Brantwood. 4 passes, 19 points.
Thank you.
So at the end of the contest, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 14 points is Paul Thompson. 3rd place with 16 points, Tom Farley. 2nd place with 18 points, Chris Gonet. 1st place with 19 points, Mary Frankland. Which means, of course, that Mary Frankland goes through to the next round. Congratulations to her. Please join us next time for more Masterminds. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Uncovering the little-known dramatic past of historic Oban. A new series of Town with Nicholas Crane starts tonight at 9. Next today on BBC Two, technical baked chocolate tea cakes prove a challenge. Great British Bake Off.